Hello children, in today's session we are moving on to the third part of Omana's journey. She's reaching her grandmother's house. We saw that she was about to get down at the station. She started from Ahmedabad and they have reached Kottayam station. 17th May, it's around 11:30 at night. After our long train journey, we reached Kottayam in the night. Valiamma's house was not far from the station and we had to take 2 auto rickshaws to get there. By then I was very sleepy and did not even wait to eat anything. I took a bath and slept. I thought I had just fallen asleep when Amma woke me up again. We got ready, took our luggage and went to the bus stand. Valiamma's family also came with us. We were 10 people and had a lot of luggage too. So, as she already mentioned, that night they stayed at her mother's sister's place and the next day morning they started to her grandmother's house. So, from the station to her aunt's house, they took an auto. The next day morning, they took a bus to her grandmother's place. The bus conductor came and Appa bought tickets for all of us. We managed to get seats. As it went along, the bus got very crowded. People were sharing seats. We also had to share our seats. After a long ride, the bus reached the last stop. I was happy to get off. My legs were stiff. I could hardly stand. I thought that we had finally reached Ammuma's village, but no, our travel had not ended yet. The bus had dropped us by the waterside. Look, Amma pointed across the water. That is where we have to go. But how will we get there? I wondered. Just then I saw a boat coming. There is the ferry, Amma said. Immediately a big crowd of people started getting off. School children, men, women, all with their own packets and luggage. Amma explained that the ferry was used by people to cross the water and reach the other side. We have seen in lesson 1 that in some places in some parts of Kerala, people use vallams to go to school. So this is another mode of transport. We have in Kerala, there are many water bodies, lakes, lagoons, backwaters, rivers, canals. So there are so many water bodies. So to cross all these water bodies, we make use of different modes of transport. പലതരത്തിലുള്ള ബോട്ട്സ്, ചെറിയ ബോട്ടുകൾ, വലിയ ബോട്ടുകൾ, വള്ളങ്ങൾ. Then it is even used for ഹൗസ് ബോട്ട്സ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് നമ്മൾ എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്, wherein people can spend a whole day or even night in the boat. They will take you backwaters-like boat ride-ന് കൊണ്ടുപോകും. Then you can stay in water the whole night and then you can come back. അങ്ങനെ different facilities provide ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്. And means of transport. Water is one of the cheapest means of transport. Water transport. So, just then I saw a boat coming. There is a ferry, Amma said. Immediately a big crowd of people started getting off. School children, men, women, all with their own packets and luggages. Amma explained that the ferry was used by people to cross the water and reach the other side. As soon as the ferry got empty, the big rush started from our side. Initially, it was the rush of the people getting down. Now it is the rush of the people trying to get in. Everyone had to pay the fare before getting on. Very soon, the ferry was full. It started off again. I managed to get a place to stand along the railing. I saw the rippling of still water as the ferry moved. It was moving smoothly on the water. There were rows of coconut trees on the banks of the river. As we moved swiftly, I could see people fishing, washing, bathing and working along the banks. This is a common sight. The places coconut trees line it's a common sight. It is giving you an exact picture. Coastal area പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു പിക്ചർ എന്താണോ അതിനെ beautiful ആയിട്ട് പിക്ചറൈസ് ചെയ്യണം ഇവിടെ. So there are rows of coconut trees on the banks of the river. As we moved swiftly, I could see people fishing, washing, bathing and working along the banks. You too might have seen ഇതുപോലത്തേക്ക് കാഴ്ചകൾ നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. Just before the sun disappeared into the water, the ferry reached the island and stopped. It was time for us to get off. At last, we reached Ammuma's place. What a long and interesting journey it had been. So, finally, they have reached her grandmother's place. So, she was very excited to be at her grandmother's place. Omana traveled by different kinds of transport after she got down from the train. Can you remember what these are? From a railway station to her aunt's house, they took an auto rickshaw. Then the next day morning, they took a bus to her Ammuma's place. Then the final lap of the journey was on a ferry. On which vehicle have you traveled? You can write your own answers. Which ride did you enjoy the most? Why? Omana left Ahmedabad on 16th May. How many hours did it take for her to reach Ammuma's place? So, when did Omana reach her grandmother's house? So, it took almost 3 days. Like 3 days na variyumbo 24 into 3. 72 hours. It took almost 72 hours for Omana to reach her Ammuma's place. Have you ever been on a long journey? Where did you go? Name the in case if you have been on a long journey, you can mention. Name the different kinds of transport that you use during this journey. So the answers depend on the place to which you have traveled and the different modes that you have used for your travel. So please do answer these questions in your textbook itself, children. With that, we'll stop our today's session, children. Thank you and take care.